Hello and welcome to my short film about the place I'm happy to call home, the Amman Valley. The Amman Valley gets its name from the river that winds its way through a collection of villages from its source high in the Black Mountains. The villages of Bryn Amman, Gwaith y Gyrwen, Cwngos, Targwaith, Garnant and Glanamman collectively have a population of approximately 10,000 people. They can be found 15 miles north of the city of Swansea, and the predominant language is Welsh, with over 57% of the population being Welsh speakers. Even more astounding is the fact that the main body of Welsh speakers are aged between 10 and 19 years old. These villages lie enveloped in lush green rolling hillside with views that will take your breath away. The Amman Valley was a hive of activity during the Industrial Revolution of the 18th century, with vast coal, tin, iron and wool production in its heyday. But sadly, all but the open cast production in Targwaith have fallen by the wayside. My name is Tracy Irvin. I hope you will enjoy my video. This is the Black Mountain Centre. It's a social enterprise business which was developed on the site of the old Bryn Amman Infant School. It boasts a GP surgery, a successful restaurant, library, function rooms and an IT suite. Short distance down the road lies the Bryn Amman Public Hall Cinema. This is Garnant Golf Club. It was built on the developed site of the disused open cast mine, which closed in 1992 at a cost of almost £1 million. Its clubhouse and Beacons View restaurant sits proudly on the hillside, enabling its patrons to take in the exceptional views. These views continue around the whole site. The golf course was named Wales's best new golf club in 2003 and won the Sports Turf Research Institute's Environmental Award in 2004. Ysgol y Bedol School was built to replace the old Garnant and Glanamman primary schools, whose old deteriorating buildings became unsuitable for purpose. This is Parc Golwg o'r Amman, which incorporates the Riverside Walk. It was developed on the land previously used by the old tin plate factory and more recently a coal yard. It's a very popular place throughout the year. Where I have so far shown the plus sides, there are a few aspects that are still in need of regeneration. Here is the site of the O'Gannon Primary School. Demolition was supposed to be followed up by a housing development scheme, but sadly we are now left with an eyesore. The Working Men's Hall stands derelict also. Here we see the old signal box and disused railway in Glenamman, that the Railway Society is trying to bring back into community use, but funding as always is a major factor. And then there's Brenamman swimming pool. This I fear is the biggest loss to the valley. It was South West Wales's last open Lido and sadly closed in 2010 despite over 2,000 children visiting that summer. It still has its original iron turnstile and wooden huts, but planning and repair costs escalate annually. When I was planning this assignment, I knew exactly what I was doing. That was until I found out that the only person able to authorise me to film was away in Thailand for 2 months on business. Therefore, the planning, preparation and research that had already been carried out was in vain. So I had to have a rethink, and finally, after some mind blocking and much agonising, decided on my current project. The filming was fairly straightforward once the rain had stopped, although walking across some of the fields was a little tricky. I enjoyed the filming aspect of the project very much, but hated doing the narrative side, as I do not like recording my own voice. Plus I find it very difficult to get total peace and quiet to do so. The only technical difficulty I encountered was the green screen. When we got together to do the filming, we found that the green screen was way too big for our needs, and therefore made it difficult to find somewhere to hang it loosely. But after taking a large pair of scissors to it, we overcame that problem. If I were to make another film, I would first of all not panic, and before setting my heart on a subject and researching it, make sure that the permission is assured and not to waste valuable time.